Sweet potatoes are one of the top foods for nutrient density per calorie, but they only truly unleash their power when used correctly. That concise recommendation comes from Harvard Th. Chan School of Public Health and is also a warning many overlook. Most older adults still believe that boiling a sweet potato or baking a few bland slices is enough for a healthy dinner. The reality is more complex. If paired with the wrong foods, sweet potatoes can spike blood sugar, then crash it, cause persistent bloating, promote visceral fat storage, and even drive inflammatory responses in the brain. Have you ever dipped sweet potato in peanut butter whenever you crave something sweet? Or fried sweet potato crisps for variety? Or wrapped up a potato to eat late at night thinking it's light on the stomach and helps you sleep? Those seemingly small habits are the hardest health traps to see, especially when metabolism slows by up to 20% and the gut is prone to inflammation in people over 60. The good news is that sweet potatoes are not on any blacklist. On the contrary, with the right companions, the orange tuber can become a natural remedy, protecting joints, cleansing the gut, reducing vascular inflammation, and nourishing memory. In this video, I'll show you 5 foods commonly available at every supermarket you can visit that help maximize the benefits of sweet potatoes and the special considerations when pairing them. You'll learn why sweet potatoes plus the right amount of nut butter can stabilize blood sugar for hours, but sweet potatoes plus rich cheese can disrupt sleep. Why eating sweet potatoes with a particular leafy green will reduce knee inflammation after 3 weeks. If you, a loved one, or a friend eat sweet potatoes every week, watch until the end of this video. One small tweak at today's meal can help you climb stairs effortlessly, sleep soundly all night, and live independently for longer. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss these simple yet life-changing nutrition tips. And don't forget to share this video with anyone who's unknowingly eating wrong without realizing it. 1. Sweet potato and avocado. Sweet potato and avocado might seem to come from 2 entirely separate worlds. One a humble, sweet tuber, the other a rich, creamy tropical fruit. But when paired together, they form a powerhouse duo that both sustains the body and supports the memory of midlife. Sweet potatoes are renowned for their slow-digesting starch. Their fibrous matrix releases sugar into the bloodstream very gradually, so after a meal, you avoid the blood sugar spikes and crashes that leave your hands trembling and your legs fatigued. Add avocado, and the absorption story deepens. The monounsaturated fats in avocado envelop the sweet potato starch, prolonging digestion even further while signaling your stomach that you're full for longer. But the benefits don't stop there. This silky layer of fat acts like a shuttle carrying sweet potatoes' beta-carotene, the precursor for your body's vitamin A, directly to the intestinal wall, boosting absorption many times over compared to eating sweet potato alone. Vitamin A supports retinal health, keeping your vision crisp when reading or looking at screens at night, while the MUFAs and natural phospholipids in avocado nourish the brain, reinforce neuronal membranes, and help memory signals flow more smoothly. Thus, a simple breakfast of 1 roasted sweet potato mashed with half a ripe avocado and sprinkled with a teaspoon of chia seeds provides steady fuel from morning until noon without knowing hunger. The sweet potato supplies long-lasting carbs, avocado delivers healthy fats, and chia seeds add omega-3s and soluble fiber, all combining into a soft, fragrant blend that's satisfying with minimal chewing. For those in a pre-diabetic stage, this meal acts as a gentle cushion, keeping blood sugar stable and avoiding the spikes that blur vision and ring ears. And anyone prone to forgetting keys, food labels, or movie titles will notice a clearer mind after 2-3 weeks of consistency. A small tip: choose purple or orange-skinned sweet potatoes to capture the full carotenoid content, and roast at 180 degrees C until tender to preserve their natural sweetness. Select avocado that yields gently to pressure but shows no dark spots. If you crave variety, blend steamed sweet potato with avocado, unsweetened almond milk, and a dash of cinnamon into a warm smoothie for the afternoon, warming, comforting, and preventing the blood sugar dip that drives many to seek out pastries. By combining these two foods correctly, you both protect your knees from aches caused by blood sugar swings and keep your memory sharp enough for clear conversations with grandchildren, all in a dish that takes less than 10 minutes to prepare. 2. Sweet potato and cooked tomato. You can transform a minimalist stew of sweet potato and tomato into a daily suit of armor protecting your blood vessels, nerve cells, and even your skin. No multivitamin required. When the sweet potato is tender, its orange flesh releases beta-carotene, a pigment converted into vitamin A, which nourishes mucous membranes, strengthens night vision, and keeps skin from flaking. Meanwhile, ripe tomatoes, when gently simmered, liberate lycopene, a potent antioxidant locked deep within the tomato's cell structure and only freed by heat. These two nutrients are perfectly complementary. Beta-carotene neutralizes free radicals circulating in the blood, while lycopene quells low-grade inflammation around vessels and prevents LDL cholesterol from adhering to artery walls. U.S. Studies report that after 4 weeks of eating this sweet potato, tomato stew 3 times per week, middle-aged participants saw a clear drop in hsCRP inflammation markers. Their skin appeared less dull, and their hands and feet were noticeably less swollen upon waking. The recipe is incredibly simple. Peel a sweet potato, cut it into chunks, and place it in a pot with 2 ripe tomatoes cut into wedges, half an onion, and a few dried oregano or basil leaves. Add just enough water to cover, then simmer on low for about 15 minutes until the potato is fluffy and the tomato has broken down, releasing its natural sweetness. No salt needed. If you prefer a thicker texture, press a few potato chunks against the pot wall with a spoon to blend into the broth, which will turn a velvety orange-red reminiscent of French velouté, yet completely dairy-free. The sweet aftertaste of onion and the gentle aroma of oregano mask any earthy notes from the potato, creating a harmonious stew that appeals from toddlers to seniors. 1 bowl at lunch delivers nearly 1/3 of your daily vitamin A needs, the lycopene equivalent of a glass of tomato juice, plus soluble fiber that keeps you full without heaviness. That fiber travels to your colon, feeding beneficial bacteria and producing butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid renowned for protecting the intestinal lining and reducing constipation risk, especially important for less active older adults. The sweet potato also provides potassium, while the tomato contributes magnesium. Together, these minerals balance electrolytes and reduce nighttime calf muscle spasms. On busy days, roast sweet potatoes ahead of time, pack them with sautéed cherry tomatoes, a drizzle of olive oil, and a sprinkle of roasted pumpkin seeds in a microwave-safe container. 3 minutes in the microwave preserves the lycopene without spiking your blood sugar. If you're watching calories, replace half a rice portion with this stew. You'll cut energy intake while prolonging satiety. In cold weather, toss a few crushed ginger slices into the pot during cooking. Your stew will emit a warming aroma, gently dilate blood vessels, and improve circulation so you no longer shiver at the first chill. Thus, sweet potato and tomato are not just a remedy for food boredom but a dynamic duo. One acts as a fortress blocking free radicals, the other as a vacuum clearing inflammation. With just 3 servings of this simple sweet potato, tomato stew per week, you'll feel less tightness in your calves when climbing stairs, smoother skin on your hands, and your cardiologist may well smile at your next lab results. Starting tonight, try simmering a small pot to share with the family. Then listen for your body's quiet thank you in steadier steps and deeper sleep. 3. Sweet potato and apple. Sweet potato and apple may seem unrelated, but when placed together in a steamer basket, they become an extremely effective, gut-soothing duo, especially for those who frequently suffer from bloating, constipation, or the unpredictable cramps of irritable bowel syndrome. In the unpeeled apple is a rich layer of pectin. When exposed to hot steam, The pectin swells into a soft gel that coats the intestinal wall like a cushioned lining, soothing the tiny abrasions caused by rough food particles or stomach acid. This gel simultaneously traps residual waste, heavy metals, and excess cholesterol, pulling them downward so that stools become softer and bowel movements smoother, without the need for bulk-forming laxatives. The sweet potato plays the role of a fermentation chamber, supplying additional soluble fiber and resistant starch, two favorite fuel sources of the gut's beneficial bacteria. When these probiotics are well nourished, they produce butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that nourishes the mucosa, quells low-grade inflammation, and reduces the risk of polyps. The next advantage of this combination lies in minerals. Sweet potato is naturally rich in potassium and magnesium, but these minerals can be blocked by phytates in grain-heavy meals or strong tea. Thanks to the apple's layer of pectin slowing gastric transit, the minerals from the sweet potato have more time to absorb through the intestinal wall, resulting in a noticeable increase in uptake. Older adults, who are prone to potassium deficiency due to long-term diuretic use, will notice fewer muscle twitches in their calves and a smoother heartbeat after a few weeks of eating this steamed sweet potato apple dish 3 times a week. A steady supply of magnesium also helps relax the smooth muscle of blood vessels, leading to less blood pressure fluctuation, especially during weather changes. The preparation is very simple. Wash a small sweet potato and a red-skinned apple thoroughly, leaving their skins intact to preserve fiber and flavonoids. Cut the sweet potato into finger-thick chunks and quarter the apple, removing the core. Sprinkle a pinch of ground cinnamon over the apple. Its warming flavor helps reduce gas fermentation and adds a pleasant aroma. Grate a little orange zest and scatter it among the pieces so citrus oils infuse the sweet potato, enhancing its natural sweetness without added sugar. Place everything in a steamer and steam over medium heat for 12–15 minutes until the sweet potato is tender and the apple edges blush pink. To eat, you can lightly mash the sweet potato and apple together with a fork into a coarse puree. This texture is especially gentle on the delicate gums of older adults and toddlers learning to eat solids. This warm dessert is suitable for any time of day. In the morning, it can replace a sugary pastry to stave off hunger until lunch. In the afternoon, it serves as a snack to prevent blood sugar dips. Even late at night, it's safe, since both sweet potato and apple have moderate to low glycemic indices, and their fiber slows sugar release. Those managing weight need not worry. These 2 ingredients keep you full for longer and contain fewer calories than any cookie. If you are treating colitis, you can peel the apple to reduce insoluble fiber while still retaining pectin. Once your gut has stabilized, eat the skin to boost lutein and quercetin for stronger anti-inflammatory support. Add a glass of warm water after eating, and you've given your gut a superb cleansing toolkit, ensuring gentle bowel movements, a flatter abdomen, and a refreshed spirit the next day. 4. Roasted sweet potato and garlic. The golden, creamy sweet potato paired with cloves of roasted garlic soft as butter creates a dish that warms the belly and cares for the vascular lining like a daily vitamin dose for middle-aged and older adults. When the garlic cloves are slow roasted at 180 degrees C for about 20 minutes, the allicin within them transforms into more stable sulfurous derivatives that possess mild antibacterial properties, and notably, anti-inflammatory effects on blood vessels. These molecules seep into the endothelium, clearing away free radicals and soothing the low-grade inflammation that causes vessel stiffening, blood pressure fluctuations, and that achy feeling in the knees whenever the weather changes. Meanwhile, the sweet potato, with its slowly digested starch and abundant soluble fiber, acts as a shock absorber for blood sugar. It envelops glucose and prolongs digestion, so that after a meal there is no sudden blood sugar spike followed by a crash that leaves older adults exhausted or craving sweets out of nowhere. When combined, the fiber in the sweet potato also slows gastric emptying, allowing the garlic's active compounds to be released gradually and work more persistently on the vessel walls. This partnership is especially beneficial for those facing three common issues: high blood pressure, unstable blood lipids, and rheumatoid arthritis. For blood pressure, the magnesium and potassium in the sweet potato support relaxation of the vascular smooth muscle, while the sulfur compounds from the garlic stimulate increased nitric oxide production, naturally dilating vessels and reducing pressure. For cholesterol, the fiber binds bile acids and forces the liver to use stored LDL to produce new bile, while allicin helps inhibit LDL oxidation, the first step in plaque formation. As for arthritis, the garlic's systemic anti-inflammatory action reduces the trigger for joint pain, and the beta-carotene in the sweet potato converts to vitamin A, nourishing the connective tissues around the cartilage. Preparation is very simple. Wrap a cleaned sweet potato, leaving the skin on in foil. Place it in the oven alongside a whole garlic bulb sliced across the top. Drizzle with a few drops of olive oil, and roast for 25–30 minutes until the sweet potato is tender and the garlic fragrant. Remove the sweet potato, peel and mash it smoothly, squeeze in the sweet, aromatic garlic cloves. Sprinkle with a little chopped dill or rosemary for herbal aroma, and season with freshly ground black pepper. Serve this sweet potato, garlic mash alongside a pan-seared salmon fillet or grilled mackerel for a triple shield of vascular protection. Omega-3 from the fish reduces inflammation further, sweet potato fiber controls blood sugar, and the garlic's sulfur compounds preserve endothelial health. If you need a lighter dinner, simply spread the mash on whole grain toast and sprinkle with chia seeds, providing sustained overnight energy without blood sugar swings. Those with sensitive stomachs can still enjoy it because the roasting removes the harsh bite from the garlic. However, start with half a small bulb of garlic to allow the body to adapt. Patients on anticoagulant therapy generally tolerate 2–3 cloves per meal safely, but it's best to inform your doctor if you plan to eat it regularly. Keeping this sweet potato, garlic mash on your menu 3 times a week. Most people notice their hands and feet feel warmer, morning stiffness in the joints eases, and blood pressure readings drop by a few points. A truly valuable change using the simplest ingredients from your kitchen. 5. Sweet potato with Greek yogurt and daikon radish. Chilled boiled sweet potato, thick smooth Greek yogurt, and a few crisp slices of daikon radish in a lunchtime salad might sound odd, but this trio is one that aging stomachs will deeply appreciate. When the sweet potato cools, its complex starch begins to restructure into a resistant form that travels more slowly through the small intestine, preventing blood sugar spikes. The remaining starch is cut down by the natural diastase enzymes in the daikon radish, allowing gentler absorption and reducing gas production later in the day. Greek yogurt adds a robust population of probiotics that adhere to the intestinal wall to clear away gas-forming bacteria and secrete enzymes to complete the work started by the diastase. Thanks to this harmonious cooperation, the sluggish feeling after lunch, often an energy drain for older adults, almost disappears, replaced by a calm stomach and a clear mind. But digestion is just the beginning. Each ingredient also works on other fronts in the body. Sweet potato brings beta-carotene, the precursor to vitamin A, that nourishes the intestinal mucosa, keeping it as elastic as a child's. Greek yogurt, with most of its whey removed, is rich in protein and helps repair tiny damages on the gut lining that accrue over time. And daikon radish, rich in natural sulfur compounds, has mild anti-inflammatory properties that ease the low-grade swelling in the intestinal wall and even the tiny blood vessels of the hands and feet. Many older patients who switch to this 3-member salad 4 times a week report less stomach pain, daily bowel regularity, and reduced leg swelling in the late afternoon thanks to smoother circulation. The preparation is extremely simple. Wash a sweet potato, steam or boil until just tender. Let cool, then dice into small cubes. Peel and julienne the daikon and soak in ice water for a few minutes to tame its sharpness. Mix both with 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, drizzle 1 teaspoon of pure apple cider vinegar, add a pinch of chopped dill and a dash of black pepper. This dish delivers a harmonious blend of nutty sweetness, gentle tang, and a hint of spice, while providing fiber, protein, probiotics, and enzymes in one compact serving. To boost anti-inflammatory action, sprinkle in some ground flaxseed. For extra afternoon energy, serve with a few pieces of grilled mackerel. Timing is key. Eat between 11:30 a.m. and noon, when the stomach is moderately empty and the diastase and probiotics can work at full effect. People with diabetes, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol can all benefit. Simply choose a medium sweet potato, use plain yogurt, and reduce the vinegar if the stomach is sensitive. After 2 weeks, most notice a slightly slimmer waist, no unpleasant afternoon breath, and softer skin on the hands thanks to better mineral absorption. A humble salad that simultaneously tackles bloating, vascular inflammation, and mild protein deficiency. No digestive pills or gut-protecting drugs needed. With just 3 kitchen staples, older adults can eat well, digest smoothly, and maintain a healthy, resilient gut that keeps the body warm and the spirit light all day long. Many people ask me 3 things about sweet potatoes, and today we'll cover them all in a single answer. First, should you eat sweet potatoes at night? Nutritionally, sweet potatoes remain healthy, but after 7 p.m. The stomach digests more slowly, intestinal enzymes decline, and gut bacteria ferment resistant starch more actively, resulting in excess gas, bloating, and discomfort when lying down. Therefore, reserve your sweet potato for breakfast or lunch, so the body has all day to burn off the energy and release glucose slowly without disrupting sleep. Second, is it okay to eat sweet potatoes every day? Absolutely, provided you boil, steam, or lightly roast them without added sugar and avoid deep frying. A 150g potato delivers about 4g of fiber, plus a range of beta-carotene and potassium, making it ideal to refill the antioxidant reservoir that dwindles after age 60. The key is to rotate in other colorful foods to avoid nutritional monotony. The third question comes from those managing blood sugar. Should diabetics eat sweet potatoes? The answer is yes, because boiled sweet potatoes have a much lower glycemic index than white bread or French fries. Just steer clear of fried, glazed, or peanut butter, smeared versions rich in saturated fat. Pair your potato with lean protein and fresh vegetables, and its glucose will enter the bloodstream as steadily as a gentle stream, not a flood. From these 3 questions, we arrive at a vital concept. Sweet potatoes aren't a magic food that works in any context. They are like a foundational brick. Solid, but their effectiveness depends on how you arrange the surrounding bricks. Boiling or steaming preserves their fiber. Pairing them with apples, tomatoes, or yogurt boosts digestive enzymes, reduces gut inflammation, and supports brain and heart health. Whereas sprinkling sugar, deep frying, or combining with unhealthy fats turns the same potato into a calorie bomb. For those over 60 with reduced stomach acid, a tired pancreas, and a sensitive liver, every small choice on the plate amplifies into a big difference. A light stomach or discomfort, alertness or sluggishness, steady footing or shaky knees on the stairs. Therefore, if you habitually eat sweet potatoes, self-check these 3 points. Timing breakfast, lunch rather than evening, cooking method boiled, steamed, lightly roasted, and companions leafy greens, vitamin C, rich fruits, lean protein. No expensive equipment is required, just a steamer and a bit of mindful pairing. When done, you not only maximize the potato's protection of your gut, liver, brain, and heart, but also send your body the message: I'm taking care of you properly. And your body will repay you with firmer steps, sharper alertness, and uninterrupted sleep, gifts more precious than any pill in your medicine cabinet. You've just completed the journey dissecting the sweet potato, how the very same food can become a miracle cure or a trap for bodies over 60. The key is pairing. When sweet potatoes sit alongside apples, tomatoes, Greek yogurt, or radish, their beta-carotene is absorbed more efficiently, inflammation is reduced, gut probiotics flourish, and glucose enters the blood slowly and steadily. Conversely, when potatoes are deep-fried, dusted with sugar, slathered in thick peanut butter, or eaten raw in haste, their beneficial fiber and resistant starch over-ferment, causing gas, low-grade inflammation, fatigue, and even an expanding waistline. The lesson: no food is inherently good or bad. Its value depends entirely on context, what you pair it with on the plate and when you eat it. Especially after 60, when each meal is a negotiation with a sensitive stomach, stiff arteries, and dwindling digestive enzymes, a small tweak can deliver a big boost. A lighter stomach, clearer mind, deeper sleep, and less joint inflammation. So don't wait for bloating, insomnia, or knee pain to force a change. Start tomorrow. Morning. Steamed sweet potato with a few apple slices sprinkled with cinnamon. Lunch, roasted sweet potato topped with olive oil, sautéed tomato sauce. Or simply, boiled sweet potato, cooled, topped with a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt. Try sticking with one of these three options for 7-14 days. Note how long you feel full, the quality of your sleep, and your energy levels. And don't be surprised if your waist feels less tight and your mind sharper. Then come back to the comments and share your results. Your experience could be a North Star for someone else. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Your click not only spreads the word to older adults struggling with meals, but also fuels our ability to create more safe, easy eating plans. Share this video with parents, aunts and uncles, or friends wrestling with a finicky stomach, because a simple change in how they eat sweet potatoes might just restore their light step and sound sleep.